Welcome here today, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of NASCAR Heat 5 on the channel today. We've got a doubleheader for you. Two Cup Series races here on this Saturday, starting with this one here in the late morning hours at Richmond Raceway, and then we'll go to Indianapolis for the Brickyard 400 later this evening. But for right now, we're going to get this one underway. We're going to have test session. We're not going to practice, but we're going to qualify, and then we're going to race for this race here at Richmond. So thanks for everybody tuning in here in the very beginning of this one. Mr. Brick, Jackson Thomas, Braden Thompson, welcome to the stream. All right, let's see what kind of a car we're going to have here for this race. Now, we finished 9th in the Truck Series race. Oh boy, very loose, trying to get up to speed there, still loose. My goodness. Short track racing for the second race in a row, coming off of a DNF at Martinsville, which we finished 39th. Worst finish of the season and the first DNF of the year for Johnson. Boy, this car is just a little tight on entry. This is going to be a tough race to get through today. We definitely can't afford any more DNFs right now. We don't want to bring Harvick in that battle for the regular season championship. We still got a little over a one-race lead, but not by much, and we need a solid day. So 21.176 was our first lap here. Just going to run a handful of laps, then we'll go to the race and we'll have some qualifying. Richmond, probably my worst racetrack on NASCAR Heat 4. We didn't have a strong start on Heat 5 with that truck race. Probably would have finished a lap down if it wasn't for pit strategy there during the one and lone caution of the race. But this is a much longer race in the Cup Series, so we'll have to see how that's going to play into effect. Alright, those are fastest laps so far, 21.105. I feel like every lap I run, I'm just getting better and better, not just with the lap times, but just with the angling of the corners. Really able to stick it, ooh, a little hard on the brakes there through 3 and 4, about missed my mark. Still ran faster though, 21.085. Alright, so that's going to do it for this test session. So 21.085, that last lap was my fastest lap. We're going to leave the track here and we're going to go into the race. But first we're going to qualify. Jacob Westbrook, Evan Board 23, called 88. Welcome to the stream. So the chase for 8 continues here for Jimmy Johnson on the season. Make sure the settings are right, as usual. I always get scared because the settings are different on the test session. Yep, okay, we got session qualifying, we're good. Do a little session qualifying here at Richmond. Ashton G, welcome to the stream also. Yep, we came off a DNF at Martinsville. It placed us in 40th, but we finished 39th because John Hunter Nemechek DNF'd before us, so I'm calling it as how I saw it. Finished 39th, so we haven't finished last yet, but for the course of this season. Not like that truck race. We finished last in that truck race at Vegas. That wasn't my fault though. The steering wheel disconnected in the middle of the race. That was tough. Alright, gonna skip here. We're gonna loosen this car up a little bit for qualifying compared to what I had there. We need a better qualifying effort. We qualified 25th at Martinsville. That definitely didn't help in the beginning. Let's get the fourth gear pretty. Oh my gosh. This car's extremely loose, trying to get up to speed every time. Hopefully we don't have that problem in the race also. Trying to get a feel for things here with the loose race car. Still a little tight on entry though, even after loosening the car up. Gonna run 2 laps here in this first round. Hopefully Eric Almirola won't get in the way of the 48 of Johnson. 21.007, so that was faster than any lap we had in that test session. Drove it in a little deep into turn 1. I don't know, I think that first lap's going to be just a hair quicker. No, 20.986, so lap 2 is just a little bit quicker than lap 1, 22nd. So Johnson does make it to the round, or the second round of knockout qualifying, getting into the top 24. Eric Jones just barely misses out there. And Brad Keselowski on the pole, or I should say won first round. He's not on the pole yet. So on to round 2. Already better than what we did in qualifying there. Black Ace, welcome to the stream. Yeah, the results are definitely randomized. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. got the win at Martinsville yesterday. Carmel Max, welcome to the stream. Tim Lambert, welcome to the stream. So, all right, on to round 2 of qualifying here. So, pull out of the pit box.
Okay, get back in there. Let's go.
There we go. Didn't really spin the tires coming off the pit road there. It was a lot easier than what it was in the test session in that opening round of qualifying. So one lap to try and get into the top 12 here for Jimmy Johnson. If not, we're going to see where he's going to qualify. We got a lot of ground to pick up from where we were in round 1 though. Pretty solid through turns 1 and 2, stuck the corner perfectly. Trying to do the same thing here in 3 and 4, slightly overran turn 3. Think it's going to be faster than any lap we had in round 1. Yes, it was 20.929, good enough for 19th, but pace was not picked up enough for Johnson. So 19th, Keselowski wins round 2 of qualifying, just like round 1. But we're going to qualify 19th for this one. I don't know what to go setup-wise. We're going to start off just a hair tighter than what we had in the test session because I just want to be careful. Definitely don't want to DNF here in this one, so. Use the wheel. I'm scared to use the wheel, and the only reason is, again, the last 2 times I've used it, it's disconnected on me in the middle of a stream, and I DNF'd. Well, I DNF'd at Vegas. The stream before that, I used it at Texas in the Cup Series, and it disconnected there. Luckily, I didn't DNF. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break with the wheel for now. I don't want to risk it disconnecting on me in the middle of the race like it has the last 2 times. So that's the only reason I haven't used the, I was going to use the wheel yesterday, or 2 days ago for the Kansas race, but I didn't because we had that issue earlier in the day with the Vegas truck race with the disconnecting. That's how I DNF'd there, so that was unfortunate. Yeah, we're going to get on with this one, the Toyota Owners 400 at Richmond Raceway, second straight short track race of the season. Brad Keselowski scores the pole, sweeping all 3 rounds. He's definitely going to have a fast car, and the footnote says that he will as well. So is Joey Logano, his teammate, starting outside pole in second. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. coming off of a win at Martinsville, locking in his playoff spot. Failed optical scanning, and he will start at the rear of the field. So Johnson, I believe, still starting 19th. Here we go. Brad Keselowski leads the field to the green. We are underway, day racing at Richmond. 400 laps here in this one, and we're already 4 wide in turn 1. Truex is a man on a mission. What a move. What a pass by Truex to gain a couple spots off the start. Sweeping by Suarez pretty quickly now also. Working now on Cole Custer to the inside as Keselowski easily leads lap 1. And Brad is absolutely pulling away immediately off the start. Logano from second falls back to about 5th. De Benedetto, Kurt Busch side by side for second. Chase Elliott further back in the pack, looking to the inside of Johnson for 16th. Johnson runs wide through turns 3 and 4. Here comes Bobby Carter to the bottom of the racetrack. King, welcome to the stream. Johnson ran a lot closer to Carter there in turns 1 and 2, trying to hug the inside line as much as he can, even though the cars are there on the bottom, so he can move down in front of Eric Jones, which he does. Carter didn't enter the corner that well through 3. That kind of checked up the bottom lane. He's still trying to work around Chase Elliott, though. Carter going to get to the inside of Elliott. Johnson being pressured in the center of the corners, though, by Eric Jones right now for 18th. Johnson misses turn 3, and there goes Jones. He's going to complete the pass off of turn 4. Johnson gets the hammer down, going to try the crossover. 3 wide through the center of 1 and 2. Elliott goes way up to the outside. Oh, Jones and Elliott about got together there. Jones had to check up down the backstretch. And now here comes Reddick on the outside. 3 wide again through 3 and 4. How quickly Reddick was able to pounce after Jones and Johnson got together going into turn 3. About made a daring move there. And they're all still 3 wide down the backstretch. Unbelievable. Johnson got a little loose off of turn 2. Jones and Reddick get the power down, and now Austin Dillon. Ryan Blaney, bad qualifying effort for him. He looks to the outside of Johnson for position. Further behind, we've got Joey Gase. Johnson moving backwards from the start of the race here. He's lost a couple spots already. Oh boy, almost slid up into Blaney off of turn 4 here. Definitely got to run a clean race as much as possible. Unlike the Martinsville race yesterday, in which we dominated pretty much from the time we took the lead just after 50 laps into the race. We led every lap from that point on until we DNF'd with about 150 or so to go. Joey Gase putting a lot of pressure on Johnson now. Oh, contact with Blaney off the exit of 2. Johnson tried to fall in line right behind him, and Blaney gets loose and he gets into the wall in turns 3 and 4, still trying to catch the car. He's going to lose 2 or 3 spots. Blaney just lost the grip into turn 3. Definitely not a hot start here for Johnson in this one. 10 laps in, already about 7 seconds off the race lead. And a lot of cars obviously still in between the race leader and Jimmy Johnson. Definitely got to get on the brakes pretty hard. The car's still a little tight, but I started off a little tighter than what we had in the test session. I had a looser setup in qualifying to try and qualify as best as I could there. I knew I only needed a lap or 2 to try and complete times, and I think it worked out enough. That's why we were able to actually get to round 2 and actually qualify inside the top 20 today. Working now on Chase Elliott. De Benedetto moving backwards. Remember, he was up to 2nd after lap 1, and he has fallen now back to 19th. Elliott trying to get around him also. Oh man, somebody got loose up here. It looked like Cole Custer got really loose off of 4 and loses a couple spots. Tyler Reddick is going to try to make the move on him. Cars are slipping and sliding around this racetrack early on. Remember, another race with 750 horsepower. It's in fact the 2nd race in a row with that, because again, on the tracks a mile and less in length, that is the package that will be ran, just like we saw at Martinsville yesterday. So really difficult to get the power down off of the exit of the corners. You're going to see this car get very loose, much like he did at Martinsville time and time again, so we definitely have to hang on to it as best as we can. Oh, jeez. I was looking at the chat there, sorry. Makes it harder to look at the chat knowing I can DNF doing something stupid like that, but... Battling Reddick right now for position as we got around him for 16th, trying to stay in front of him. Reddick keeps trying to work that outside. It worked at the very beginning of the race, getting around the slower cars, but as he tries to work around faster race cars, it's just not working. It's really a one-groove track for the most part here at Richmond, right around the bottom. Custer dropping back lap after lap. Side by side to the inside of Eric Jones. Once again driving it in deep to clear Jones off the exit of 2. Great move by Johnson. And how about Daniel Suarez in that 12th spot? He's looking on Kyle Busch for 11th right now as well. Suarez started just in front of us in 18th in this race today, and he's moving up at the start of the race. We'll have to see if that's just a short run car or if it's actually going to work out for him in the long runs. See this 48 car starting to slowly come alive. So he looks to the inside of Matt Kenseth. And now Daniel Suarez as well, who couldn't get the position on Kyle Busch, and now he's going to lose that 12th spot to Jimmy Johnson. Kenseth closing in on the top side as well. Lap traffic in the picture. There's Timmy Hill up there. Remember, he finished runner-up at Talladega earlier this season. We do go to Daytona and Talladega one more time before the playoffs. Maybe he can have a shot to win there and find his way into the postseason. Oh, jeez. Every time I look away, the car just drifts up the track. Gotta be careful. That's gonna cost me if I don't pay more attention here. 3 wide for 9th. Johnson on the bottom trying to hold it. It's just so hard when we're going 3 wide to hold the bottom of the track. Trying to keep it off the 14 of Boyer to the outside. Oh, I think Fincham, I believe, was hard on the brakes there. Might have gotten loose on the outside, and that's going to cost Kurt Busch down the front stretch. Johnson takes it 3 wide again. Going to get around Boyer into 1. Jimmy up to 9th. Kevin Harvick, William Byron working on Johnson. Or I should say the other way around. Johnson's working on those two guys. Byron and Harvick. No truck race today on the channel. Just Cup Series action here at Richmond and then at Indianapolis later for the Brickyard 400. William Nix, welcome to the stream. Yep, 400 lapper at Richmond. Hopefully we can get to the end of it this time. 3/4 mile racetrack. First time we go here this season. We do come back to Richmond for the playoffs, and that's where we'll run at the night, or at the night time, I should say. Look at Bell going right up the middle between Justin Haley and Michael McDowell. About got sandwiched there. Couldn't get around for 6th. And drives it in deep enough to clear both the 16 and the 34 of the lap cars there also. Johnson's definitely moving on up here. Thanks for stopping by anyway, though, Mr. Brick.
Careful. Still there.
Even the handling's coming in the longer the run goes. Not as tight as what it was during those opening laps. Using all the racetrack off of turn 4 there, running really wide, trying to beat Newman back to the gas. That gives him a shot into turn 1. Teammate Chris Buescher in the way, though. Oh, contact with him now. Teammate of Ryan Newman, that is. He's going to get in Newman's way just as much as he got in Jimmy's way, though. Johnson tries to use the lap traffic to his advantage here. Yeet Chase, welcome to the stream. Yeah, the only time we don't really have like a short or a long run car and it's consistent seems to be the road courses. Over the course of the run, seems like the road courses, the tire wear is pretty equal throughout the field. We haven't gotten into the bumpier racetracks on the Cup Series circuit yet, like Fontana, Atlanta, Las Vegas, because those tracks were better suited for me in Heat 4. Those were my better racetracks, so we'll have to see if that'll be the case here in Heat 5 also. But we don't go to those tracks until the end of the regular season, so still got a little bit of time there. Oh, we'll contact with Ty Dillon. I'm just going to have to follow Dillon on through. Brendan Gaughan, Timmy Hill, 3 wide. The exit of 2, and Newman is striking back on Johnson now. Jimmy struggled. Look at Newman go up the middle between Timmy Hill and Brendan Gaughan. Much like Christopher Bell earlier, though, couldn't make it work. Had to get out of the gas on the exit of the corner before he got pinched. Oh man, another bump to the back of Ty Dillon. Dillon holding up Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy trying to roll through these corners a little better, but Dillon kind of holding the bottom. Now he tried to go around the top, and Dillon moves up the track. Finally able to get around him. Ryan Preece holding up the 4th place driver, Denny Hamlin. Hamlin trying to get around him on the outside. And that's going to allow Johnson to get under him. Alistair Moore, welcome to the stream. Right around the bottom of the track again here. Priest kind of holding up the bottom more so than the top now that Jimmy is into the picture, but gets the hammer down the front stretch and clears Priest into the corner as well as Hamlin for 4th. Keselowski, your pole sitter in this race, dominated qualifying, winning all 3 sessions. Joey Logano was right up there with him, finished 2nd in all 3 rounds. These 2 Penske cars looking fast early on, running 2nd and 3rd though right now. Still a little over 4 seconds off the lead though, despite the fact we're only a 1.5 seconds back from 2nd. Keselowski runs a little higher through 1 and 2. Logano gains ground as he gets around Stenhouse. Remember, Stenhouse won the race yesterday at Martinsville. Trying to get a good run here today.
Still there? You got room. You're clear there.
Ye22, welcome to the stream. I think we have some different users in the chat using multiple accounts. If I'm not mistaken there. Boy, Eric Almirola's off to a rough start. He's back to 37th in this one today. Much like Chase Elliott on this Cup Series season, it just seems like the consistency's not there. And here goes Logano for 2nd on Keselowski. Couldn't get him there either. Keselowski keeps working the top. And now Chase Elliott is really holding up Brad, and here comes Logano, and he's going to complete the pass for second off of turn 4. And Johnson is coming too. Keselowski doesn't get a move on. Johnson's going to make the pass now for third on Brad. Martin Truex Jr. leads this race. He has won the last 2 races at Richmond in real life in the Cup Series. Let's see if he can make it 3 here today. Johnson drives it in deep through 1 and 2. Can't quite clear the 22. Look at the speed off the exit of the corner that 22 car's got. That's how he was able to get around Keselowski and work him. Really sucked the air off the right rear corner panel of Johnson at the same time. 3 wide though into turn number 1, trying to beat the lap traffic. Using them as a pick, and Johnson moves up to second, passing Logano now. A lot of drivers going a lap down in the early going of the race here as Truex has got a very strong car. Truex, of course, has already got a win this season. He won at Phoenix earlier this year, another 750 horsepower racetrack. Showline Gamer, welcome to the stream. Showline Gamer, welcome to the stream. Sorry, I didn't see the end in there. Ooh, Austin Dillon trying to get around John Hunter. Nemechek not off to a great day. DNF'd in the last race. Showed he finished 23rd, but he did finish last. DNF'ing before Johnson at Martinsville. Hopefully he has a better run here at another short track at Richmond today. Got a lot of shorter tracks. We go to New Hampshire very soon on the schedule also. I believe that is, if I'm not mistaken, the next race after Indianapolis. Another 750 horsepower track. Gone to a lot of them already this year. It's been a while since we've had a road course race. We got a couple of those still coming up as well. LC Brawls, welcome to the stream. Truex is getting ran down right now. We're already 50 laps into the race. Race is flying by pretty good. No cautions to show for up to this point. Remember, we went 198 laps into the opening run of the Martinsville race yesterday before we had our first caution. So, see if we have another long run to start the race here today. As Truex holds on to the lead for now, but Johnson is definitely running him down. Oh man, barely keeping it off the wall after turn 2. Jimmy is running that car hard to catch the 19 of Truex. Keselowski's gotten back up to third, passing Logano, but he's about 3 seconds back of Johnson for second. Truex keeps holding the inside though. It's going to make it tough for Jimmy to get around him. Truex being very defensive, but Johnson's got the run down the backstretch into 3. And clears Martin Truex Jr. off of turn number 4. Truex caught the lap car of Chastain in a bad spot there also, and Johnson will lead his first lap of the race on lap 54 here today. Halfway through the tire run already. We're going to alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race today. Oh, we got a car up in smoke up ahead. Bowman! Kenseth, a lot of guys moving all over the track here. Ty Dillon was a slower car. Contact with Kenseth off of turn number 2 now. With the 48 of Johnson. Ty Dillon was trying to get out of everybody's way as he was up in smoke going into turn 1. Oh, now we're rolling right in front of Johnson there. A little contact. Johnson looks right up the middle through 1 and 2. But we stay green. Yep, racing at Richmond here today. First race of our doubleheader on a Saturday. Ooh, boy, big run on Suarez. Oh, a little contact. Thought we had him cleared. Not quite at the time that we did clear him. Luckily, it was very minimal contact as Johnson drives on by, and Suarez goes a lap down now. Nope, this is the first race. First race of our doubleheader today. We won't race at Indianapolis until later this evening. I have no exact start time for that race yet, simply because I don't know what time I'm going to go to the golf course. I'm going to go as soon as this race is over. So the problem was I went to set my alarm for 6 o'clock this morning so I can hit the course before I got to this early stream. I overslept and I never actually set my alarm. I didn't hit save on the phone and I woke up, it was 8:30. I was like, what the heck happened? Like, I thought I had my alarm set, but I did not. So it's unfortunate. I really wanted to play 27 holes a day too because of the hot streak I've been on, so yeah, again, no exact start time for tonight's race. It's just whenever I can get home. Johnson still moving through the lap traffic pretty well. Has about a 5-second lead now on Martin Truex Jr. This is very, very tight situation there. 3 wide with Harvick and Jones. Harvick got out of the gas there. Got to be careful when you get those left sides on the apron as well. Done a great job of being able to handle the race car when it gets down to that point. Still trying to complete the pass on Jones. We've been side by side with him for about a lap and a half. Big run now on Nemechek in the center of 1 and 2. Oh boy, Johnson about got in the back of Stenhouse. You can see the smoke coming out of the rear tires there. Johnson trying to get on the brakes, not trying to run over Stenhouse. Very heavy lap traffic right in front of the 48 car. Christopher Bell in 10th place right now, in danger of going a lap down. 3 wide to the top here for Johnson. It completes the pass up there on Christopher Bell to put him a lap down. William Byron in 9th has had a pretty solid start to the season. As far as the points go, he's had a couple of top 10, top 5 runs. After this race and then the race at Indianapolis later today, we will be halfway through the regular season. Chase Elliott, another rough start to this one. Cole Custer working his way back through the field. He's up to 8th, but he will go a lap down now. 70 laps complete. Joey Logano's moved up to second place, passing Martin Truex Jr. Keselowski still back and forth, and Newman rounds out the top 5 right now. Newman's still about a half a track behind the leaders at about 11 seconds, or behind the race leader, I should say, about 11 seconds off the lead. But Newman is closing in on Keselowski. He's only about a second behind him. Brad seems like he's got the better short run car. Boy, Kyle Busch using up all of David Reagan through turns 3 and 4 there, and might have made a little contact also. There's Kyle Busch in 7th. Big run by Johnson to get to his inside. Busch gets the hammer down and stays in front of Jimmy for now, and he's still trying to stay on the lead lap. Kind of crowding Johnson, but he just doesn't have the car Johnson does in the late run. 75 laps into this opening run of the race. And much like Martinsville, you're not really going to see anybody try to short pit for the most part today, and risk of there possibly being a caution. We did have one green flag stop during the Martinsville race, and we're nearing a green flag stop here at Richmond today. So about 40 laps, we can make it on fuel. Right front tire's not wearing out too bad, although the tires are wearing off quite a bit. Starling Dixon, welcome to the stream. Days so far so good. I haven't done a lot. I accidentally slept in, so that wasn't good. I was really looking forward to golfing before I started streaming today, but now I gotta stream in between the 2 races. That's unfortunate. Alright, I gotta golf in between the 2 streams today is what I meant to say. But yeah, pretty uneventful so far, I guess. Just kind of been lounging around the house, I guess. Had some breakfast. It's just been a short day so far. Lap number 80. And if we get very interesting to see how things are going to play out, because it took us 54 laps to get to the lead here in this one. And although we are pulling away, not like you see at other racetracks. So the closer and closer we get to the pit window here. Oh man, Johnson got loose off of turn 2 there. Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think the short runs are definitely going to hurt this 48 car more so today than what you've seen majority of the other races so far this season. Logan Corbin, welcome to the stream. Logan, no, I play on PS4. Sorry, PS4. Oh man, Almirola is very slow. Still able to clear Hamlin through the corner, but I thought for a second we were going to run into the back of Almirola. Just way off the pace today at Richmond. Currently 5 drivers still on the lead lap for now. And it is the top 5, obviously, that you see on the leaderboard. The upper left-hand corner of the screen. Johnson just tiptoeing around the track. Thanks for subbing there, Logan. Oh boy, man, almost got back into the gas off of turn 2. Close call. Justin Haley right in front of us caught him in a terrible spot there. Couldn't pull up to the outside because Chase Elliott was there also. Very difficult lap traffic to maneuver around right now. We've got a lot of cars around us. You can see Ryan Newman, Brad Keselowski, some of the top 5 not too far ahead of us. And Brad's got absolutely nowhere to go. We just took it 3 wide to get around those cars that were just to the outside of us there. And we've got a big run on Newman to the inside into turn 1. But nowhere to go. Trying to clear him. Oh, contact with Ryan Newman off of turn 2. And Newman tries to pull down and block. He gets loose and couldn't do it. Kind of what Keselowski wanted to see out of the rear view was the 6 and the 48 getting together there, trying to battle with one another so Brad can pull away slightly in hopes of a quick yellow. But if he doesn't get the quick caution, I think what else is going to end up working out here is if we all cycle through the pits, he might be able to unlap himself. If we can go through green at least, you know, about 40 laps, let's say, into pit stops as Chastain just got into Reddick, getting into 3. Reddick went all the way up the racetrack. Oh! Johnson, significant contact off of 4 there with Chastain, and Keselowski's trying to get away still. Johnson looking up the middle, barely keeping it off the 8 of Reddick, and Keselowski is blocking the 48 of Johnson into 3. The tires are getting really worn out on the 48 car, down to about 20%. Johnson now to the top side on Keselowski. Bowman in the way slightly. Johnson up the middle. Again, trying to hang on. Definitely getting through the lap traffic a little bit better than the 48 of Johnson right now. Jimmy is trying desperately to put Keselowski a lap down. He's definitely blocking in the corners. He's making him have to pass him around the top. But the lap cars are not helping. Johnson with a big run. Now to the inside. 3 wide on Keselowski into 3. And now he's going to clear Brad off of 4. Logano and Truex within a half a second of each other for second place. Green flag pit stop should be coming up fairly shortly. I think we're going to have to pit because of that right front tire before we're going to have to pit for fuel though. Likely a 3 pit stop race. Obviously depends on how many cautions we get today also, but so far we haven't had a single yellow in this race. Big run here. Ooh, boy. Side drafted Jimmy Hill. About got into him off of 4. Johnson driving it hard now to try and catch Truex and Logano. He's going to clear Truex in the center of 1 and 2 as he was stuck behind Quinn Houff. Johnson with a big run into 3 now on Joey Logano, and he has put a lap on the field at the line this time. 100 laps down, 300 laps to go at Richmond. Still caution free through the first quarter of the race. And still on the same fuel run also. Nobody has pit yet. And now that Johnson, Truex, and the rest of the field behind us have fallen a lap down, will they try to short pit? And take that gamble of trying to get the track position back on Johnson before Jimmy pits? Or are they just going to wait for this run to play out? It'd be very beneficial if a caution came out before everybody hit pit road for Johnson instead of after. So it would trap a lot of these guys a lap down because everybody would then have to pit. Well, Custer in danger of going 2 laps down here. That's going to be tough to come back from. Keselowski tried to short pit there, so a little pit strategy by the 2. Remember, he was back in 4th place. So Keselowski's short pitting. He's got 4 fresh tires. And he's just going to be flying up here once he can get around those lap cars in between us. So green flag pit stop's going on. It looks like some other guys trying to short pit. We're going to try to run this out as long as we can here. Will Custer just fell 2 laps down that last lap, so he's going to pit. Trying to get the track position. Johnson back into the gas too soon and into the wall off of 4. Going to burn out that right front just a little bit more than what we wanted to. Keselowski trying to work the top. We've seen him do that at times today, and he's trying to do it again here. He moves down to the bottom. He'd gain even more time, but you can see the fresh tire advantage because even on the top side, he's really gaining a lot of ground on Johnson here. But now he's stuck behind McDowell through 1 and 2. You know, with everybody short pitting right now too, that would be even more beneficial for Johnson if a caution were to come out, because it would trap these guys more than just 1 lap down. They could get the wave around once Johnson pits, but they're losing about 2 laps on pit road as Jimmy about slid into the wall off of 4. Keselowski had to check up, about ran into the back of Johnson after Jimmy had to get out of the gas. On the exit of the corner, Brad's going to try the outside, but that's going to let Custer under him now. So they go side by side behind us, trying to get a lap back quickly on Jimmy. I wouldn't be surprised if Keselowski moved to 2nd place, pitting even before the 22 and the 19 that were ahead of him by the time these pit stops cycle out. Custer's going to get to the inside of Johnson now all of a sudden. All these lap cars further back in the field haven't pit yet. Johnson up the middle, 3 wide into 3. Gets a little tight. Trying to get back into the gas. Keselowski will get one of his laps back. So Brad is up to 2nd place. See, Logano is actually in 3rd. And he is closing in on Keselowski. Oh boy, Custer about ran into the back of the 88. 3 wide into the corner. Bowman gets out of the gas. I think he's coming to pit road. And I think Chase Elliott was just coming out of the pits, so a little bit of a hairy situation there. Here comes Logano trying to get around the 48 of Johnson now, because he is trying to run down Keselowski, and Logano uses the bumper. Logano wanting to waste no time on Johnson, uses a bump and run maneuver to get around Jimmy. Johnson should be able to stay out of the pits this lap, but will likely end up coming down the following lap. Oh, into the back of Logano, off of turn 2. And Johnson, Logano gets loose and into the wall now through turns 3 and 4 on the very next corner. After making contact up the exit of 2 with the 48 car. Ooh, barely clearing David Reagan, but Logano comes firing back on the inside of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. He is there on Johnson. Going to beat him back to the gas. Back to the inside. Jimmy doesn't have the speed to cross him over. So again, Logano clears Johnson. Trying to run down Keselowski for 2nd, his teammate at Penske. Oh, Johnson was going to come to the pits that time and he missed it. Remember, no practice. We did have a test session, but no practice to practice the green flag stops. Johnson misses pit road. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. We're not quite sure what the pit road speed is. Jimmy's going to have to definitely come down this time. Going to back it down quite a bit because, again, we don't know the speed. It's 40 miles an hour. So Johnson creeps onto pit road at 40 miles an hour. 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel. Luckily, that right front lasted an extra lap, but it did lose us time backing it down and missing the pits the lap before. Caution. Wow. Perfect timing there for Johnson. Caution is out as he's on pit road. First caution of the day, right as green flag pit stops are finishing up. Going to service the car. He can stay out of the pits. Keselowski's going to get the free pass in second place. So at least the pit strategy worked out to get him in that position. He will be 1 lap down on the restart. Kyle Busch will take the wave around. Actually, it looks like Kyle Busch might have been involved in the accident. I don't know. Either that or he's taking the wave around to get one of his laps back. So that couldn't have been better timing for Johnson on pit road at the time into the first yellow. Green flag in the air. A lot of hungry drivers on just as fresh tires, though. Busch did take the wave around. So he's on a little bit older tires than the rest of the field. Johnson gets a good restart into the corner. And Busch had a decent restart. And even on older tires, he's trying to get another lap back. Busch is there. See if anybody else further back might be able to make a run and get a lap back or so. That would have cycled out. I really do think that Logano and Keselowski at least would have gotten back on the lead lap. I mean, if that caution would have came out even 1 lap later, I think that would have been perfect timing for everybody else. But instead, it was perfect timing for Johnson as Busch can't quite clear the 48. Johnson going to try the crossover, drives it deep into 1. A little too deep, got the left sides on the apron, and Kyle Busch is now only 2 laps down. And Busch actually couldn't take the wave around, so he stayed out of the pits, tried to take the wave around, but because Jimmy Johnson was already on pit road, didn't physically pit under the caution, that is why Kyle Busch is now 2 laps down instead of 3. So he was trying to get the wave around there. He got track position, but unfortunately for Kyle Busch, he couldn't take the wave around. Here comes Logano. Again, he's got a fast car. He's trying to get to 1 lap down. Already made contact with Johnson a couple times today. Jimmy gets loose. It slams into the side of the 22. And here comes Truex as well. And Logano gets loose. Caution is out again. I don't know if they stacked up further back or if that was a yellow for Johnson or not. But caution will fly. And Keselowski will get the free pass. And just like that, he's back on the lead lap. That's our second caution of the day. Yeah, I don't know if that caution was exactly out on Johnson and Logano or if it was for anything else. So we have a couple guys pitting. Looks like Kyle Busch is going to pit after taking the wave around, or tried to take the wave around the time before, so that's why he's going to pit. Looks like Logano's going to take the wave around here. Johnson's going to pit to repair that damage. It was under 5 seconds, so that means Keselowski and Logano are back on the lead lap. A couple other drivers 2 laps down took the wave around to get the 1 lap down. Johnson will restart from the lead still, and the green flag is back in the air. Truex Blaney close behind Stenhouse, but Truex only 1 lap down now. And the first driver lap down, trying to get his lap back perhaps. He's got a run off of turn 2 after Johnson nails the restart once again on the bottom. Truex looking high. Gets the side draft. A little contact though, so he couldn't quite get the biggest pull there that he would have wanted, but he is still there and completes the pass now through 1 and 2. Truex is back on the lead lap. And here comes Blaney. and 19th, so he's definitely multiple laps down too. He's going to get one of his laps back. For now, Johnson trying to cross him over. A little tight on the bottom, though. It's very tough to pass here. Easier to pass if a car's on the outside, like Blaney missed the corner there through 3 and 4. That is when it's easier to pass, but when a car pinches you really down low and you're kind of hooked to the inside, they're going to get the power down off the exit of the corner a lot faster than the car on the inside, and that's how they're able to drive off. Johnson clears Blaney back once again. Stenhouse, Martinsville winner, right there. Blaney looking back underneath the 48. Couldn't quite get the speed off the exit of the corner, though. Logano, Keselowski coming from the rear of the field. Again, Brad got the free pass. Logano took the wave around. And Blaney back to the inside of Johnson again, and he's going to make the pass. And Truex with the clean air out in front until he catches lap traffic, so he's just going to drive away from the 48 and the 12 back behind him. Johnson tries to side trap the 12 in the center of 1 and 2. Good run, now into 3, trying to outbrake the 12, and he's going to clear him again, but here comes Stenhouse. Might be battling Blaney for position, I'm not sure. With Johnson being the leader, that's why they're battling Jimmy as hard as they are. Johnson might have gotten the power down too early, and he did. In the wall, up and 4. Stenhouse gets by. Stenhouse multiple laps down, of course. Not even battling Blaney for position, but a big mistake there. Ryan Newman in 5th has currently scored the first driver 1 lap down right now. So we had a 126 lap run to start the race before we had our first caution. We've had 2 since. Sorry, that's when we went green. The caution came out a little earlier than that. So it would have been about 123 laps into the race before the first caution. Oh boy. Just keep getting back into the gas a little too soon every now and then. It doesn't matter how old the tires are, we just tend to do that from time to time, but getting into the corners, usually we can get in and hook the bottom real well. Truex has caught a lap car up ahead of us. Keselowski and Logano still battle for second, about 7 seconds off the lead, back in traffic right now. We're going to alternate through the different camera angles once again here in the race today. First time in about 100 laps. Quinn Houff back here. Johnson's going to get around him pretty easily. And Truex is absolutely driven away from Jimmy Johnson. Can't really tell what car he is or where exactly he is at right now. And that's good for him. 17 seconds off the lead. So that tells me he's about 4 seconds ahead of us. Probably why he's not really in sight right now. He's getting through the lap traffic pretty well also. As long as he stays on the lead lap long enough for there to be a caution, it's going to play out in Truex's favor. Ooh, 3 wide. Corey LaJoie, Brendan Gaughan to the outside of Johnson there. Not a lot of room. Jimmy trying to get by him. Still 3 wide into 1. Now he completes the passes on both of those guys. Midst of trying to widen out that lead more and more. Well, Truex all the way on the top side of the track trying to get around Elliott and Timmy Hill to the inside. A 10-second lead now for Johnson. Up the middle. A little tight. We've seen drivers try that today a couple times, including Johnson right there. It just doesn't work. Lane closes up and you just end up having to get out of the gas. It's very tight off the exit of these corners, especially off the exit of turn 2. Johnson running Martin Truex Jr. down here over the last couple of laps. And Truex is definitely trying to get on his high horse and get away from Jimmy and avoid going a lap down. Now he could still get the free pass, but he does not want to have to restart at the rear of the field. You saw how tough it has been for Keselowski and Logano to get through the lap traffic on a short track here. So Jimmy trying to run down Truex. Gonna look to his inside. Johnson gets a little loose. Trying to stay there, trying to side draft the 19, and he's just able to do it. And barely forcing clear off of turn number 4. Clean pass by Johnson. And Truex is gonna get it to fall a lap down once again. 3 wide. Bowman, Nemechek, Johnson. An 11.5-second lead now on Keselowski. Truex fighting back. I don't think Truex is done yet. Johnson just able to get to the inside of Carter into turn 1. Truex tries the outside. He's just trying something new here. Trying to find whatever speed he can to try to get back by Johnson, but Johnson's car is definitely starting to come in at this point in the run again, and it's taking too long for a caution to come out from the time Truex got back on the lead lap. Harvick came into this race second in the point standings, and you really haven't seen much of him today. And the times we have seen him, he just has not been a contender for the win, and while Johnson's up ahead and has led a decent amount of laps so far in the first half of the race. Have to assume as long as he can finish the job, he should be able to pull away from Harvick a little bit more in the point standings. As long as he finishes ahead of him. There's no stage points on the line, so it's a matter of just trying to beat Harvick week in and week out to stay ahead of him and pull ahead of him for the regular season championship is what Johnson is eyeing right now for those extra come the start of the regular season. Speaking of Kevin Harvick, he's up ahead now. Oh, 3 wide off the exit 4 in front of him. Almirola about got squeezed in between Joey Logano, William Byron. Logano is really falling off from where Keselowski's at on the track right now. He's about 5 seconds behind him. And Logano is going to be in danger of going a lap down here in this one very shortly. Oh boy, a little smoke getting into the corner there. I don't know if anybody... I think Almirola is blowing up. I thought Kenta just might have gotten on the brakes too hard. No, it's now... Oh, and Almirola goes around on the backstretch. I believe he went around. I know he ducked to the inside. It looked like he might have ended up looping it around off of turn 2. He might have had a tire go down. Almirola is completely trashed on the back straightaway. No cautions are going to fly right there as he definitely hit the inside wall hard, and that'll put Logano a lap down because he had to check up. Johnson gets on by. Keselowski slowed down a little bit, a little further up ahead. I'm very surprised the caution never came out there for Almirola. Hitting the wall hard off of turn 2 down the back straightaway. And he was absolutely in the way there. Johnson holding 3 wide tight off of 4 between Stenhouse and LaJoie. Suarez still having a good run. He's just outside the top 10 in 11th. Almirola was having a rough day before that accident too. He was outside the top 35 all day long, and that definitely doesn't help things. It's adding insult to injury. Oh boy. I think the one in the 48 made a little contact off before Johnson got tight again, got back into the gas, and Kurt Busch was there. Busch wasn't there. I think he would have kept it off the wall, which he did, but because the one car was there, he didn't have as much room to work with. Johnson up the middle, 3 wide between Chris Buescher, Kurt Busch. A little higher line than what Kurt had to run there through 1 and 2. Johnson beats him back to the gas and clears him off of turn 2. Keselowski stuck behind Hendrick teammate of Johnson, Alex Bowman. Seen Keselowski try to look the top side time and time again. going to have to drop down to the bottom. He tried to drop a little lower than Bowman there, but he still couldn't get around him, and Keselowski's in danger of going a lap down shortly. Now looks to the inside. But now he's got John Hunter Nemechek in the way. Johnson caught Bowman in a bad spot. Jimmy kind of missed the corner into 3 also. Didn't help. Looks to the bottom, clears Nemechek. Oh boy, loose. Keeping the foot and the hammer down. Johnson now working on Keselowski through turns 3 and 4, trying to get to his inside quickly, using Quinn Houff as a pick. And Keselowski will now fall a lap down. The first driver a lap down, quite a ways still ahead of Logano. Well, we saw Keselowski short pit the first time. That allowed him to get up to second place to begin with, and he hasn't really looked back. He battled off that last restart a little bit there with Logano, but didn't last long. And don't forget though, with Almirola spinning off of turn 2, 20 to 30 laps ago now, getting into a single car accident, the caution never came out when it probably should have. And that would have given Truex's lap back at the free pass, and it would have kept Logano and Keselowski on the lead lap alongside of us on the next restart. But that just never came to be. Fortunately enough for Johnson, it's going to work out better for him, but that was the opportunity for a caution needed by the 2 of Keselowski and the 22 of Logano, and it just, again, never came to be. But still got a little over half the race to go. We've had 2 cautions so far today. I'm sure we're going to get at least 1, if not a couple more. So we'll just have to wait and see how this is going to play out. Denny Hamlin in 6th place is now 2 laps down also. Haven't really seen Ryan Newman much since the restart. 15, 20 laps afterward. Oh, we got a wreck going into turn 3. More trouble. Car up in smoke. Went spinning up the racetrack and into the wall. Collects a couple more. Justin Haley's involved. Bubba Wallace is involved. Caution is out for the 3rd time here today. Keselowski will get back on the lead lap with the free pass. And that was a delayed caution there. There was already a car spinning up the track, which was likely Justin Haley, but it involved Bubba Wallace. And we're going to have some pit stops under yellow here. I haven't had to make an adjustment today on this race car, and Ty Dillon, Eric Almirola, only 2 cars out of the race up until this point, and be curious to see if Justin Haley will be out as well. And again, a lot of hungry cars. That trapped Hamlin 2 laps down, so that was unfortunate for him. Nobody was able to take the wave around there. Everybody had pretty old tires for the most part. The green flag is back in the air once again with 2:12 to go. Logano hanging in tight on the restart. Look at Joey getting a great restart on the top side of the racetrack, trying to beat Johnson side by side off the exit of 2. Big side draft though for Jimmy into turn 3. Logano gets a little tight. Here comes Truex on the bottom, 3 wide off the exit of 4. Johnson back to the bottom, 3 wide again now through 1 and 2. Oh man, everybody almost got together there. Johnson desperately trying to get around the 22 and the 19, and here comes Hamlin shooting to the inside. What a move by Denny Hamlin, and he clears everybody. 4 wide now down the front stretch. Suarez is in the mix. Truex gets out of the gas, kind of letting everybody go, backing back into the throttle. Wow, Suarez is in the top 10. Great run for Gaunt Brothers Racing. And here comes Kyle Busch now, sending it 3 wide to the bottom. Similar situation of where we had seen an accident be placed at Martinsville yesterday on a crazy restart, where Johnson started to drop back further in traffic, which led to his DNF, of course. That was with about 150 to go. We got a little later in this race still left. They're still going 3 wide back in the pack off of turn 4 there. Keselowski trying to come from the rear again. This is what he needs to see at the front of the pack. Custer's got a big run off of turn 2. Johnson kind of missed his cornering. Tried to drive it in deep there, and that didn't work at all, and Custer's going to get on by Johnson. Here comes Eric Jones to the bottom of the track. TTV Redskins, welcome to the stream. Jones is going to clear. Here comes Reddick. Johnson's absolutely getting freight trained now. Oh, wow. Reddick using up Johnson there. A little contact. Reddick's got a shot for his 3rd straight top 10. He's currently in 10th. Not sure who's in 11 trying to chase him right now. Newman's still in 5th. Newman did not have a great restart there either. And Newman, though, still trying to work around Johnson. Johnson again misses 3, overdrives the corner, and Newman now back on the lead lap. Along with Truex and Logano further up ahead. So now the 6th place car, who is Denny Hamlin, who got one of his laps back there, is in the free pass spot. First driver 1 lap down, hoping for a quick caution. Man, this 48 car just got tight all of a sudden. Pretty much every lap or so since the restart. I know it's early in the run and the car definitely loosens up as the run carries on, but wow, Johnson just overdrove the corner again right into the side of Reddick. Daniel Suarez, though, by the way, was trying to battle Denny Hamlin for that free pass spot. Newman has just passed Logano now for 4th. Joey slipping back on the outside. He's got Custer to his inside, so it's not like he can get to the bottom if he wanted to. Tyler Reddick closing up in the picture, trying to get around them both. Joey still stuck all the way along the top, and it might cost him here because he's in danger of going a lap down again. To the inside, Johnson's going to clear Logano off of turn 4, trying to side draft Eric Jones there. Cross flags in the air, 200 laps down, 200 laps to go at Richmond today. And Logano is now the first driver lap down, not Denny Hamlin, who you see still up here a little further ahead. Johnson clears Custer now. One of the rookies in 10th. Reddick in 9th. Just up ahead. See Daniel Suarez starting to slip back again. You know, he definitely doesn't want to go 2 laps down. I believe he's currently in 8th. Kyle Busch would be the 7th place car with Hamlin in 6th. Kyle Busch all over the back of Hamlin for that spot. Reddick going to go a lap down off of 2. Again, at least. Some pretty good racing going on so far today. But since taking the lead, Johnson's led every lap since. From lap 53 on. Much like Martinsville yesterday. About lap 52 on. Led every lap until he eventually got in an accident on a restart. You gotta hope that that doesn't happen here today at Richmond. But other drivers... This isn't quite as dominant of a race as what we had in Martinsville. There are other contenders in this one. It seemed like yesterday it was all Jimmy Johnson once he got through the field after a poor qualifying effort. Had a better qualifying effort today at Richmond. Qualified 19th rather than the 25th starting spot yesterday at Martinsville, but it's still not perfect. Johnson overdrives the corner. Here comes Suarez trying to cross him back over to the inside. Almost got there, but not quite. A lot of drivers on the top 5 have not won a race yet this season. Keselowski, Newman, Logano. Only drivers in the top 5 that have won is Johnson and Truex. Justin Haley is back on the track after being a part of that last caution. He's still back at 36th. Not having a great day, but that caution definitely didn't do him well. But much like Eric Almirola was running towards the back, who brought out... Well, he didn't bring out the caution, but he did get in an accident. Pretty much by himself there. Had what looked like a tire go down before he compacted the inside wall. Trying to overcorrect it down the back straightaway. Now Newman's the guy hoping for the quick yellow because he might go a lap down here shortly. Newman, known for being very tough to pass. Oh, a little contact. Oh, Newman just, he barely kept it off the wall. Looked like he was headed straight for it. He barely cleared the 34, and now he's desperately going to block Johnson, as Johnson unintentionally tried to use the bump and run there. Johnson shoots the gap to the inside into 1 and 2, but Nemechek is there. Costing Johnson more time, and Newman able to hold on for about another lap longer. Jimmy to the outside now. Trying that route on Newman. Extra lap cars in the way. That all go to the bottom, and that's going to work out. Newman's going to have to try the top behind Johnson now. Oh, boy. Little contact with Half off the exit of 2 as Jimmy tried to hold the outside. Maybe hugged a little too much of the bottom where Half was. Making the contact. Oh, wow, Reagan got loose after that contact. I thought he was going around there for a second. Johnson kind of overdriving these corners the entirety of this run, and now he's made contact with a couple drivers in the last few laps. Trying to get around him simply by, again, overdriving the corners. Not braking as early as what he probably needs to. Truex in third. Newman now the free pass car in fourth, with Logano trying to run him down in fifth, and Keselowski still holding on to that P2 position. Keselowski started on the pole. Definitely one of the faster cars in this race today. That is without a doubt. As we are past the halfway mark, what is going to happen in the second half of this race? You can definitely tell the intensity has been picking up. The more and more restarts we get, again, only 3 cautions so far, so it's not like we've had many. And for short track racing at Richmond, pretty wild. Not have that many cautions, much like the Martinsville race yesterday where we only had a total of 5 yellows. Newman is still fighting though. He is not giving up on Johnson. He's practically ran him back down again. Looking low off of 4, couldn't quite get there. Johnson seems to be a little better in 1 and 2 when he hits his marks. Newman a little better in 3 and 4. Johnson is running down Truex, by the way. He was caught in lap traffic and caution is out again. So the 4th caution of the race today, Newman will get the free pass. He was trying to get back on the lead lap there, couldn't do it. So at lap 220, we have our 4th caution. Keselowski, Truex will get the restart right back along with Johnson, and we have a new race again. Doesn't look like anybody's going to take the wave round. Johnson's got a couple seconds of damage. That might cost him a little time on pit road. Not sure what the cause of that last caution was, though. Well, we've seen restarts pick up. I'm sure this one will now that we have more drivers up towards the front. In fact, Keselowski wins the race off of pit road there. So a great pit stop by the 2 team, and even the 19 to gain 1 spot on Johnson. Johnson not a very fast pit stop. Had to repair that slight bit of damage. Might have been costly. He nails the restart, though, on the bottom. Taking it 3 wide to get around Keselowski and Truex. Brad did not take off. Johnson tries to clear the 19. Can't do it. Contact. 3 wide for the lead off of 2. Here comes Keselowski. Busch sends it. So does Logano. Further back, we're 4 wide. Four wide off of turn number 4. Keselowski holds the clean air and stays true with the lead and just drives away from Truex and Johnson, who are still battling for second. Oh, Custer got tight right in front of Truex. Johnson didn't turn either. Here comes Harvick. Kyle Busch is back again.
Still there. Got a car high now.
He's trying to get back down to the bottom. Truex still stuffed on the top, 3 wide off of 2. But this time, instead of being in the middle, Johnson was on the bottom. Contact with Busch sends him wide. He goes up the track. He's in the wall off of turn 4. And he loses a ton of spots. Johnson now back to 3rd. Still going 3 wide. Back behind him, Kenseth Bell and Blaney off of turn 2. Jacob, not sure exactly when you left, but we've had 4 cautions in the race now. Kind of spaced out sporadically. It's gotten Truex and Keselowski back into it, and they won the race off of pit road, where Keselowski able to keep the track position after winning the race off of pit road, and didn't take off on the initial restart, but by the end of turn 2 down into turn 3, he was back in the lead again, and is now just driving away with the race lead. We are just getting back to green flag racing once again here. Oh, contact. Again, the 11th place car there of Kenseth along with Johnson. And Johnson's car has not been acting the same in the second half of this race compared to where it was in the first half. Something or another is definitely costing him time, as he could not get it to turn in 1 and 2 there and ends up in the wall again. Cindy Duncan Gaming, welcome to the stream. Oh boy, Logano Byron not making it easy for Johnson right now. Jimmy tries to tuck back under him through 3 and 4. Trying to get the power down. He does pretty well for being on the bottom there. Very tight. As the race goes on too, Byron barely clears Johnson. Johnson gonna try to cross him over again. 24 and the 48 going back and forth here. Still side by side, still 3 wide in fact, because Boyer's on the top. Still side by side behind us as well there. Bowman and Logano in the mix. Johnson off of turn 2, clears the 24, and now Bowman tries to follow his Hendrick teammate. Byron lost a couple spots there. He got loose off of turn 2. Johnson slaps the wall off of 2. Oh, Byron sends it on his teammate. Sends Johnson up the track and into the wall. Oh, man, Byron absolutely stuffed it into the corner. He got loose and saved it. Johnson luckily didn't hit the wall too hard. Been a tough time since the restart, though, for the 48 team. Oh, man. Thought Bowman sent it for a second, too, but it was actually Newman who sent it, and now Newman's up to 3rd. Worked his way by Johnson, who, again, is having a terrible time since the restart. Yeah, I don't have any driving aids. The little, again, I don't use custom setup, so where I have the setup, I have it at like a 3. Our fastest lap of the day is a 21.039. Our fastest lap of the entire race weekend was in qualifying when we ran that 20.929, but that was on a different setup. Remember, we had a much looser setup. That was closer to like I think like a 7 or an 8 right there. So, boy, oh boy, what a day. Race has definitely brought a lot of changes, that is for sure. Johnson now 12 seconds off the lead from Keselowski. Brad is absolutely driving away. He's about 3 seconds ahead of Truex. And Newman's only about a little less than a second ahead of Johnson. So Johnson can try to run him back down for 3rd again. Two strings of short tracks here, back-to-back, Martinsville, Richmond. Then we go to one of the longer tracks on the circuit, a 2.5 miler at Indianapolis for the next race. We take our long trip of the season there for the Brickyard 400 on this custom schedule season. Johnson almost got to the inside of Newman. Newman and Johnson have had battles throughout the course of the season and again here today, that is for sure. That 48 car trying to turn. A lot more drag in the back, though, after a little damage to the back bumper, but Johnson still holding true to the inside, and he's going to clear Newman off of turn 2 now. Big slide job there for Johnson to move up to 3rd, but then he misses the corner. Newman trying to cross over. Trying to get back to the inside. He is there, but can't quite stay with him as Johnson beats him back to the gas off of 4. Biggest deficit Johnson has been behind the race leader all day today with a car that is not driving great right now compared to earlier, and now Newman misses the corner and that lets Byron to the inside of him, so that's going to slow Newman down a little bit in hopes of trying to catch Jimmy back for 3rd place again. Still 156 to go, 4 cautions total. We cannot make it on fuel to the end of the race from here. Everybody's going to probably try to stay out as long as they can for fuel and tires' sake before having to hit pit road. Seemed like the restarts were getting better and better, but then once we got to about that third restart of the race, they seemed to be getting worse and worse for Johnson. And we seem to be getting more and more of them as the race carries on. Keselowski drives another second ahead of Truex. He's now 4 seconds ahead with the race lead. Oh. Timmy Hill holding up Johnson there in turns 3 and 4 even. Oh, 4 wide. 3 and 4. Jimmy sneaks by Reddick, Hill, Timmy Hill that is, and David Reagan. With Bell going to the inside, 3 wide on Fincham and Suarez. Suarez again having a good day. So far so good, and now Johnson's falling about 12.5 seconds off the lead. So again, Jimmy kind of fading back. Suarez is falling outside the top 10, though. He's back to 11th now, but still having hopes to maybe get a top 10 run today. You gotta hope here for Jimmy Johnson too that he doesn't have too much damage with the drag on the back of the car, of course. So again, if it is more than 5 seconds of damage, we cannot repair it. Doesn't look like much, but I'm sure it's got to be pretty close to it. Can't really physically see the damage on the back bumper of the car, but even still. Man, Jimmy now 13 seconds off the lead. It's the furthest back he has been all day today. Keselowski has just turned on the afterburners here in this one. And Johnson again in the wall off of turn 4. And Jackson, we've had 4 cautions so far today. And there's just so many, well, not a lot of cautions, of course, because again, we've only had 4, but all have been in the last about 150 laps of the race, and it's gotten a lot of these guys back into it. Sitting 3rd on the restart right now, and that's all the damage that we have on the back bumpers from the restart. Of course, when you have damage on the back bumper, it's really not your fault. And that is definitely the case here. But again, we have seen long green flag runs in the race today. Johnson is still, even this far into the run, just not cutting into that lead. He is still fading back slowly. Right on the edge of that pit window, though. I think we're going to consider short pitting. We are locked into the playoffs, obviously, so we've got nothing to lose as far as that aspect goes. We're quite a ways ahead of Harvick, so we don't have to worry about losing points to him today as long as we keep the car clean to the end. I think it's going to be a smart move here. As long as we have a long green flag run, which I'm thinking we can, we're going to hit pit road. So Johnson, believe it or not, going to try to short pit here at Richmond. Making sure he doesn't speed. 4 fresh tires and a full tank of fuel coming up here for the 48 team. Only 2 seconds of damage. Thought it might have been a little more than that, but still well under 5 seconds. We can repair the damage. Yeah, sorry for the lag in the stream if there is one. .2 second stop there. That's the second green flag stop of the day for Jimmy Johnson. Pulls back up onto the racetrack. Nobody around him. You can feel the advantage with the 4 fresh tires. No more drag on the back of the car. He's currently 2 laps down in the 6th spot. But even to get into the free pass position, we just got to get by Joey Logano. 8.5 seconds ahead of us, but again, with us having a 4 fresh tire advantage here, I think we're gonna run them down fairly quickly. We have had about 40 laps on our tires before we pit, so we got about 40 lap fresher tires. That's gonna make a difference. Now we are currently 2 laps down also, so we do have to get to 1 lap down by that time also. Ooh, couldn't quite clear the 18 of Busch there off of turn 2. Gonna send it on Bowman into 3. It's not letting us go there. So that pass for Kyle Busch was for position. That'll move Jimmy Johnson up to 5th. Back into the top 5 once again here. Definitely feel the grip level has gone up too with these fresh tires and more damage visibly on the car, so good to see for the 48 team as well. Interesting strategy call. You haven't seen many strategy calls in the last couple weeks with being short track racing, but we have one here. Johnson again scored in 5th. There's Harvick. Contact with him off of turn 2 there, and going to get around him. Johnson a couple spots ahead of Harvick. Harvick second in points. Johnson leading the point standings right now, looking for again another win on the season. Martin Church Jr. currently in 2nd place, and he is definitely within reach to get around. Although it won't be a pass for position when Johnson gets to him. Johnson clears Bobby Carter off the exit of the corner. Still got to know he's hopefully within a few seconds of where Keselowski's at. Joey Logano only 4 seconds ahead now in 4th. Three wide, gonna get around Truex. Oh, still 3 wide behind us. DiBenedetto make a charging move. And he clears the 19 and the 17 as well. Again, with the fresh tires, Johnson currently the fastest car on the racetrack, if you guys are just tuning in. Currently we have 15 people watching, so thanks for everybody tuning in for this first race of our doubleheader live streams on the channel today. Again, we go to Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Brickyard 400 later on this evening. For the Cup Series, of course. And there is Logano up ahead. Not only is the first driver 1 lap down, I believe he's actually 2 laps down right now. Johnson still wants to get around him, of course, though. Ooh, Logano misses the corner also. Chase Elliott all over in front of the 48 of Johnson. Teammate kind of cost him a little time. Look at how deep Johnson drove it into 1 and 2. Gets right to the back bumper of Logano. And the battle for 4th is on. But I think once Johnson clears Joey, I don't think it's going to be much of a battle with the tire difference right here. Couldn't clear him. Trying to get away from him. Trying not to let that 22 side draft him. And now Johnson's clear into turn 1. So just like that, that'll put Jimmy Johnson up to 4th. Contact there with Chastain. Yeah, Ashton, so I've mentioned this over the last couple streams too. I really want to use the steering wheel, and I have used it a couple times over the last week. And both times I used it. Oh man, Eric Jones just drove it into Timmy Hill. Getting into 3. Johnson's just going to slip on by both of them. Easily going for him. But yeah, I've used the steering wheel twice in the last couple of days, really. Texas for the Cup Series, and then I used it at Vegas in the Truck Series. I also used it in another Cup race recently too, right before Texas. Kentucky is what it was. And for whatever reason, the Cup race at Texas and the Vegas race 2 days ago in the Truck Series where I used the steering wheel, for whatever reason the steering wheel keeps disconnecting from my PlayStation in the middle of the race. Fortunately enough, at the Texas race I didn't DNF when it happened. I didn't hit the wall hard enough. But in the Las Vegas race, I did hit the wall hard enough when it disconnected and I DNF'd. Despite having a good truck. I think I was coming through the field at the time. I was in the top 10. But it DNF'd, and I'm scared to use it again because I'm worried it's going to do it. I'm going to have to do like some warm-up races, I guess, with the steering wheel before I actually use it for these streams again, because I'm scared if it disconnects that I'm going to end up DNFing again. So yeah, that's why I haven't used it as much as I would have wanted to. because it keeps disconnecting on me. But yeah, I have used it a few times over the last week. Unfortunately, it just keeps disconnecting on me, and it scares me that, especially with these cup races, with them being longer, harder to get through as it is. Last thing we need is a steering wheel to keep disconnecting and costing us a chance at wins, and obviously in return we finish at the back and we don't really get any points.
Stay low, stay low. Clear out.
So you can see Brad Keselowski up ahead. Should be able to get one of our laps back here. Remember, we did try short pitting. We have fresher tires than the rest of the field by about 40 laps right now. Junior Car 17, welcome to the stream.
Still there. Got one outside now. All right, you're clear there. Still there. You got room. You're clear there.
Now we are in fourth and Newman is in third, but he is scored one lap ahead of us right now, so try to change that by getting around him quickly here, and we will into turn 3. Newman going to try to cross us over, can't quite get under us. Couldn't get down underneath the 88 quick enough, and that's why we were able to get around him as quickly as we did. If we can get past Keselowski, that would put Johnson, the first car, one lap down if we did get another caution. Been a little while since we've had one. Last went green with 176 laps to go. So currently almost 70 laps ago since the last caution, and we have had 4 of them so far today. Within the pit window to make it to the end from here. Well, not so much for us, but for the rest of the field and us if we were to pit again right now. But I just don't think we're going to stay green to the end. I imagine we're going to get a caution or two. But I do think we're going to have a long enough green flag run that everybody should cycle through pit stops before we get another yellow. 3 wide, Johnson sending it while he's got the chance on Keselowski. Still side by side off of Ford, trying to get one of his laps back, and he will. So Johnson now the first driver 1 lap down. So if a caution did come out, we would not get trapped a lap down here. And actually, no, never mind. Ryan Newman, I guess, would technically be a lap down right now in third. And I think there's only 2 cars on the lead lap. So actually, Newman is in the free pass spot, still 18.5 seconds ahead of us. We know we're faster than him. We're going to have to run him down. I didn't even realize that until just now. So Newman's actually in the free pass spot. Which would force Johnson to have to take the wave around if a caution came out. That would not be good. Again, that's before everybody else would have to pit. And Kyle Busch got his first stage win on Thursday night. Kansas, well overdue. Looked like it was going to be his race that he was going to come back and dominate the way he won that first stage, but I think as it got darker and the track started to change in temperature, he couldn't keep up, his team couldn't keep up with it as well. The leaders have less than 100 laps to go, but when we get to the line this time, we'll be 3/4 of the way home. 300 laps will be completed, and 100 laps will still remain. Here at Richmond today. Early this afternoon. Started this race almost 2 hours ago. Probably closer to an hour and a half ago, but an in-between point. You definitely tell Johnson seems to be better at 1 and 2 than what he is in 3 and 4. I feel like the car just sticks to the bottom. It's just a lot faster in 1 and 2 than what turns 3 and 4 have to offer. By short pitting like that though too, you wonder if the left side tires can actually make it to the end of the race. We're only about 25 laps short on fuel, which means with pitting about 40 laps earlier that everybody else is likely 65 laps short on fuel, so they're roughly about 30 laps away from having to pit. If they stretched it that long, maybe they try splitting it in half. Definitely a possibility also. Have to wait and see. The closer and closer we get to the end of the race, I'm almost wondering if it is a possible chance that we can run the final 176 laps under green, making this the longest green flag run of the race. We're already over 80 laps into the run. And the longest run we've had so far is 123 when we started the race, before we got that first caution. Race pace has again quickened. Truex to the inside of Suarez, trying to get around Stenhouse as well here. Just up in front of us. Oh! Sorry, that wasn't Stenhouse, that was Chad Fincham. Fincham got moved out of the way by Suarez, though. Johnson got to get around Truex again now for position. Not this time, at least. Not sure. I don't have a set time for the live stream later today at Indy. Should be in the evening hours, between 5, 6, 7 o'clock or so. But I don't have a set time because, again, it just depends when I can get back from the golf course at the end of this stream. Between that and getting food in me for the start of the next race later today. Ryan Newman within striking distance, just a little less than 2 seconds ahead of Johnson. That would be a battle for third. And that will be for sure the free pass position up ahead. Johnson about overran turn 3. He's desperately trying to get to Newman. Gone into a long green flag run. The longer and longer we go, yes, the closer we get to the end of the race. Makes you wonder if we can make it to the end under green, but it also makes you wonder, tires are getting older and older, not only for us, but we have 40 lap fresher tires than everybody else, so they're getting even older on everybody else's cars. Could that cause for another accident if a tire is to say blow out or just less grip and somebody loses the handle of it? Seen that a couple times today. Johnson has the run off of 2 to the inside, and Johnson will pass Ryan Newman now for third place off of turn 4. So Johnson in the free pass position. Love to get past Keselowski again to get back on the lead lap if at all possible, but oh, Bell moved down right in front of Johnson, getting into 3. Johnson trying to get around him. There's definitely some contact in the center of that last corner between Bell and Johnson. Can alternate through the different camera angles. Oh, well, never mind. Caution is out for the 5th time today with just 77 laps to go for the leaders. And as the caution flies, Johnson will have to restart at the rear of the field so everybody can make it on fuel now. Jimmy will get the free pass, meaning Keselowski and Martin Truex Jr. will restart on the front row. So that gives Truex another shot at Keselowski, perhaps. Brad looking for his first win of the season. This makes things interesting. We were hoping everybody was going to be able to cycle through, but it never quite happened. We were probably within 10 to 15 laps of seeing the leaders hit pit road. So we're going to see here. Johnson's got a long ways to go. Newman, the only driver, 1 lap down right now, so he'll hope for another caution to get back into it. With the green flag back in the air again. Johnson nails the restart at the rear of the field, but he has to go. Just 73 laps left at Richmond. Who will get the win as everybody bottlenecks into turns 1 and 2 here. Johnson barely clearing Bubba. Contact. Oh, wow. Nemechek goes wide. Drifting off of turn 4. I think he kept it off the wall. Again, we have seen crazy restarts today. And will this be the final restart of the race? Oh man, Jones missed his corner. Now Johnson's going to alternate, or I said I meant to say we're going to alternate through the different camera angles here, riding along with Jimmy Johnson. We have 70 laps to go here at Richmond today, but coming from the rear of the field has not been easy. Nobody's been able to do it and make it to the lead. Can Johnson be the first to do it, or will we get another caution before the finish of the race and bunch everybody back up again? Now, if that happens, I'm going to have to hope that nobody else is going to hit pit road. Ooh, barely clearing Bobby Carter off of turn 2 there, but if we get to that point and pit stops end up happening under the caution, that's just going to hurt Johnson's chances of winning even more. Almost got into Carter off of turn 2 again there. And Corey LaJoy driving it in deep, and oh man, that was close. I went 3 wide off of turn 4. Johnson is struggling back at the pack right now, trying to get around these cars of Corey LaJoy, Bobby Carter right now. Making it very tough on him. Already 7.5 seconds off the lead. Oh, Johnson back in the gas too soon. Got into the wall off of turn 4. Barely staying ahead of Carter, though. Having to pass him again, but that definitely costed him a little time, and now he's just over 8 seconds off the lead. Johnson tight off the exit of the corner once again. Tucked in line behind Blaney. Blaney goes high through 1 and 2. Johnson gets the power down. Going to get to his inside. And going to clear him off the exit of the corner. Well done slide job there, but now a little tight to 3 and 4 again. Trying to get off of the gas in time and into the wall again. Johnson just kind of overdriving these corners here in the late going of the race. Trying to dig back into this. Definitely not the way to get it done. Man, he's just getting way too tight in turn 4. Or off of turn 4 right now. Rolls into 3 fine. Just small mixture of getting back into the gas a little too soon. And car just kind of sliding out from underneath him. Watching straight up the racetrack. Now 10.5, 11 seconds off the lead. Johnson's going to get by Blaney that time. And fastest lap of the race so far by Jimmy's a 21.039. Still nowhere as fast as what we ran in qualifying. A little over a tenth of a second off from that time. And that second round of knockout qualifying that got us to the 19th starting position. Remember, we saw in the last restart, Jimmy was not able to cut that lead down. That's why we ended up short pitting. We were still 13 seconds off the lead 40 laps into the run. We just absolutely could not run those guys down. If that happens again here as we still slip back and slide back, after already restarting at the rear of the field this time, where before we didn't, we restarted in third right up there with the 2 leaders. And since Keselowski has won the race off of pit road, he has not lost the lead since, as he has been the leader since 178 to go. Contact with DiBenedetto, and Johnson got hooked on him and couldn't get off of him. Now he clears DiBenedetto. He's still on the outside of Chase Elliott, though. Oh no, and just chopped the nose off of Elliott. Elliott gets loose, tries to save it, and does. Great save by Chase Elliott as the 2 Hendrick cars get together. That was similar to what happened to Johnson and Byron earlier, only Byron sent it on Jimmy earlier, and Jimmy ended up in the wall off the exit of 4 when that happened earlier. Only that time that wasn't the case. Great save by Elliott, though, nonetheless. .51 to go. Here at Richmond, still about 9.5 to 10 seconds off the lead. Johnson still trying to run him down. Keselowski has caught lap traffic now, so that's some of the issue here. And Johnson's had nothing but lap traffic since the restart. Keselowski's already driven away from Truex, 4 seconds ahead, but now we have a caution. So it looks like Chad Fincham goes for a spin in turns 3 and 4, bringing out the 6th caution of the race. So caution number 6, with just 50 to go, and that will set a restart up. Johnson will be right there with those guys, and that's what Jimmy needed, was a caution if everybody was going to stay out of the pits, and that seems to be the case here. So it looked like Truex or Keselowski is going to hit pit road. Ryan Newman will get the free pass in 4th. He'll get back on the lead lap. So here we go. We are going to have about 46 laps to go on the restart. Keselowski will lead the field to the green. Truex for second. Back. Keselowski at the time of the caution. Not any longer. Green flag back in the air. Johnson with a restart. Another great one to the bottom. 3 wide and clears both Truex and Keselowski into turn 1. Johnson drives it in a little deep, and here comes Keselowski back down to the bottom. Battle for the lead. Will this be the final restart of the day? Oh, Johnson gets tight in 3 and 4. And into the wall off of turn 4. Johnson's going to lose a lot of time. Truex has gotten passed now by Keselowski's teammate Logano, as well as his own teammate of Kyle Busch. Keselowski trying to work the top side. Again, that's another restart. It looked good at first for Johnson. It just didn't turn out well by the end of the opening lap. Truex in that middle lane trying to get to the bottom, but Harvick was there. It's Keselowski now trying to get past the 22 of Logano. Side by side for second, Truex and Johnson. Oh, contact with Harvick. This 48 car is just so tight right now. Haven't made many adjustments, but the second half of this race, all of a sudden, it's just been much tighter than the first half. Keselowski, though, stuck behind the 18 and the 22. That's costing him time. They're fighting to try and get back on the lead lap and get back into this themselves. Don't blame them one bit. Even with Keselowski and Logano being teammates here. A little side draft by Jimmy on the 22 of Logano, trying to get on by him. But that is costing Keselowski time trying to get around Kyle Busch. Keselowski slips up the track in 1 and 2 to the top, and we're side by side for the lead down the backstretch again. This time Johnson's on the bottom. Keselowski's on the top, rolls reverse. Johnson clears Keselowski easily off of 4, and with 40 laps to go, Jimmy Johnson is back to the lead again. But can we stay green to the finish of the race? Johnson trying to get around Kyle Busch now. Looking to the inside of Busch into turn 1. Kyle kind of crowding Jimmy just a little bit. Making it hard for that 48 car to complete the pass on the car with the clean air. He's going to try it again into 3. Drives it in deep, gets to the inside. Busch keeps beating him though. Trying to get the power down once again. Truex is gaining ground on Keselowski for second. Johnson clears Kyle Busch though off of turn 2 that time. Johnson with the clean air until he ends up catching lap traffic here. At whatever point in time, assuming we stay green long enough to have that happen. Roller coaster of a day for Johnson. Dominated the first half of the race from taking the lead on lap 53. Not losing it until Keselowski took the lead. With 176 to go, Keselowski led over 100 laps at a time before losing the lead to Johnson just a few laps ago. Brad now battling Truex for second a little further back as Martin looks to the inside off of turn 4. He is there. Who will have the advantage? And Johnson hoping it stays green to the finish now. Remember, Keselowski in this race started on the pole, led a lot of laps at the beginning of the race too. Kyle Busch ended up, Martin Truex Jr. ended up being the leader when Johnson had taken the lead the first time today. Because remember, all those laps that were led by Johnson, this is only the second different time Johnson has led a lap in the, or led laps, I should say, in the race today. Took the lead the first time. He never lost the lead again until we got just past the halfway mark. And it was a long time coming before he was able to get back to the lead again. But he is here now, late in the race. Only 6 cautions so far today. It's a decent amount, but for short track racing, not that much. Johnson's going to have to deal with lap traffic in a couple laps, and hopefully we stay green and up to the finish, and he needs to be mistake-free. Much needed win after a DNF at Martinsville yesterday. This was definitely needed out of Johnson today at Richmond. Pretty wide to the top off of turn 4. Just flat out has a speed over Hill and Chastain, as well as beating them back quickly there. We'll have 30 laps to go at the line this time by. That is not a lot of time here for Richmond. You can get 3 laps in just over a minute. So we are roughly 10 minutes away from the finish of the race. That is not a lot of time for cautions to come out. So will we see one? Johnson's going to have to race these lap cars as clean as possible to do himself a favor here. And if we get a restart, that's not going to cost Jimmy so much as long as he gets through the first lap with the lead. What's going to cost Jimmy on the restarts is if everybody ends up taking tires, say, or even just one driver out of Truex, Keselowski, and Newman to take tires. That will cost Johnson some time. I don't think Jimmy can come back from it. We've seen it take 40 to 50 laps for the tires to kick in, and we are well under 40 to 50 to go. So Johnson needs this to stay green, or if not, just have everybody stay out of the pits under the caution. It puts everybody in a tough spot too to have that situation happen on whether or not they should pit, because with us being the lead car, yes, they could do opposite. but at the same time, there's not many cars on the lead lap they have to race with. Yeah, this definitely has the potential to be crazy if we get a yellow. You gotta figure, we didn't have a lot of laps on our tires. We had a decent amount, enough for us to be able to get Keselowski and Truex on the short run on this restart. But that's only because we had 30 laps on our tires already, 35 laps. Or if a caution came out even right now, we'd have closer to 50 laps, a little over 50 laps on our tires. So that's a lot more wear, making the decision almost a little easier for everybody else to maybe make a pit stop. We've seen those guys pit about 15 to 20 laps before us too, so they've been burning their tires out definitely a lot more than Johnson has today. Jimmy's done a pretty decent job at taking care of his tires throughout the course of the race. Definitely added factor of why he was faster on the longer run today. Not really using his stuff up early in the run. Despite the crazy restarts, it has been a pretty good day for Johnson for the most part. Yeah, we've seen contact here and there, but that's going to happen on short tracks. We have had a pretty clean day for the most part by short track standards for sure, and that has definitely helped Johnson along the way as well. 20 laps to go this time by. The thing that has definitely helped Johnson out the best as well is getting through lap traffic. That's really allowed him to pull ahead quite a bit like you're seeing now. Where if a caution did come out now, we probably wouldn't even see lap traffic the rest of the race. I don't think we'd have enough laps to catch the back of the field. Now that we have 19 to go, figuring add in 3 to 4 caution laps there too. So that makes us have to have a great restart. Definitely got to keep it smooth. Car's definitely driving pretty well. It has for the majority of the day today too. We've had a pretty decent handling car. Honestly, out of all the 750 horsepower tracks this year, I think Sonoma and Richmond today have been our best handling race cars. That has definitely helped with this one here. 10-second lead already. Truex is up to second place, by the way. Keselowski isn't even in second anymore. Keselowski's about 5 seconds behind Truex. And Jimmy's about 10 seconds ahead of Truex right now, so almost a half a track. 16 to go. Ryan Newman in danger. Oh, he had to check up. Half pulled up right in front of him, and he had gone to his outside already. So Newman will go a lap down, putting him, the first driver, 1 lap down. Logano was 2 laps down in 5th, so even if he got a caution, he wouldn't have gotten back on the lead lap. Oh, Bell pulls right in front of Johnson. That's a couple races in a row now. Christopher Bell has been very aggressive around Jimmy Johnson with the blocks as he pulled off there, including in the last race yesterday at Martinsville. We don't need a caution right now. Suarez was up to about 6th or 7th earlier in the race. He has faded back to about 13th, but he's still having a decent day and a great day considering what team he is racing for Gaunt Brothers Racing. Having a pretty stellar run for that team. Denny Hamlin, pretty good short track racer. Richmond, one of his best racetracks, arguably, his home track at that. Having a good day inside the top 10 and 8th, but definitely not what he had hoped for, I'd have to assume. We got a slow car. Bobby Carter, very slow, likely up in smoke. Is he going to be able to get to pit road? And will we stay green? Definitely seen inconsistent yellows when it just came to that today. It's well in other races this year, but it looks like we're going to stay green with 11 to go. So that could have been the caution Truex and Keselowski needed there, but they never got it. And Keselowski's in danger of going a lap down here as well if he doesn't get a caution soon. So he has not had a great restart. Got to the lead quickly, but after about 5 laps, he has not been able to hold on to that race car. 10 laps left. Pretty wide underneath Reddick and Gase there. Keselowski still holding the top. I think he has to move to the bottom. Johnson trying to side draft the 2. The center of 3 and 4, 9 to go now. Byron hanging on to a top 10 spot, and now Keselowski is going to go a lap down. So caution comes out. He's going to get the free pass, but it is now a race between the 48 and the 19, who have both won races this year. Truex is going for 3 wins in a row at Richmond Raceway. We have 8 laps left. Right back to where we started. Only this time Johnson is leading instead of Truex from the get-go of the race when we were trying to come from mid-pack. "17-second lead on Truex. 6 to go. I don't think Truex is going to fall a lap down before the end of the race, so Bencham kind of holding up Johnson here, so it's going to be a matter of will the caution come out or not on the race between the 19 and the 48. Just 5 more laps for Jimmy Johnson to find his way back to victory lane again this season. After a rough finish to the Martinsville race, quick bounce back performance on another short track, I'm sure he would have loved the idea that we came back to Richmond knowing that he had a chance at redemption as far as the short tracks go. After a poor finish at one of his better racetracks statistically in his career. Three to go. So if the caution came out now, it would go past the scheduled distance, and we would definitely go to overtime. We've only had 1 overtime finish this year. That was at Kansas a couple races ago on Thursday night. Two to go now. Johnson holding his breath around the racetrack here, hoping it stays green to the white flag. And he's just a quarter mile away from getting to that point. He's going to get there. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go for Jimmy Johnson here at Richmond. A lot of heavy lap traffic around him right now, but just 1 more corner left in the race. Into turns 3 and 4. Checker flag in the air. Jimmy Johnson back to victory lane again at Richmond. Big time win here at Richmond for Jimmy Johnson. Mr. Pizza, thanks for joining into the stream. Classic put the nose on the wall and let it rip. Burnout for the 48 as Jimmy Johnson gets a win, and we will be back here at Richmond in the playoffs, where we will have much more at stake at the time. Two drivers finished on the lead lap today. Jimmy Johnson, Martin Truex Jr. 2 hours, 22 minutes total time on the race here today. Again, Johnson with the win, Truex second, Keselowski third, Newman fourth, Kevin Harvick in seventh. Then you have Hamlin eighth, Custer ninth, and William Byron rounds out the top 10 here. Take a look at your DNFs in today's race. Bobby Carter ended up having an issue late to DNF. Chris Buescher, Eric Almirola, and Ty Dillon were the 4 drivers that failed to finish this one. I believe it looked like Chad Fincham got back out at the finish despite bringing out that last caution with about just over 40 laps to go in this one. So here's a look at your point standings. Again, 4 different winners on the season, because Stenhouse won. Still in the top 16 regardless. So there's the bubble right now, and Almirola's inconsistency is definitely costing him, because Alex Bowman has the last spot on points by just 13 over Almirola. Pretty close. Guys like Chase Elliott, man, he is not having a great first half of the regular season. He's going to need to get it going. He's even going to want to point his way. Eric Jones, 24th, having a rough start as well. So a couple notable guys that just are not having great starts to the season, though. Well, look at the rookies, though. Bell, Reddick. Already inside the top 16. Again, we'll be halfway through the regular season after the Brickyard 400 later today. Yeah, I'm doing playoffs. There are playoffs for this season. So the championship is not won no matter how many wins we get. We're trying to get as many playoff points as we can here, win after win. That's definitely going to help us take a road to the championship. But remember, the championship is at Darlington in the Southern 500. You guys see how easy it is to DNF on this game. We did it at Martinsville in the last race. There is Johnson in victory lane. So, I mean, it goes to show nothing is going to be finished until that checker flag waves at Darlington at the end of the season. Johnson led the most laps, 211 laps led in today's race. Was on the move from the 19th starting position to first. Bobby Carter had the tough break there. He was running decent throughout the course of the race. Started 15th, but he ended up DNFing late. Finished 37th. 20.547 was the fastest lap for Keselowski. He had the fastest lap total in today's race. Johnson led just over half the race here in this one. That is going to do it. Subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We got another stream coming up later this evening. Again, don't know what start time yet. You can plan on anywhere between 5 to 7 o'clock. Depends on when I get back from the golf course. So hope to see you guys then. It's the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis. So our second crown jewel race of the season. Try to get another one at Indy for Johnson. Of course, he missed due to COVID this year. So we'll try to get him a win there virtually. So hope to see you guys later today. And hit the like button also if you enjoyed the race commentary, the video in general. And I will see you guys later.